I'm Cruz Pedregon, driver of the Snap-on Tools Toyota Nitro Funny Car, and let me tell you about my other car, the California Charger 1978 Nitro Nostalgia Funny Car. Well, the idea came from my love of the 70s funny cars, Nitro funny cars, and we grew up in Gardena, California, where the California Charger actually was 2 blocks away from my dad's trucking company. So we used to go over there and watch them warm it up. We finally went with those guys, John Keeling and Jerry Clayton. Neil Leffler was the driver. We went with them to Orange County Raceway at an event, a race at Orange County International Raceway. And I just love that era. I'm so glad that they brought these cars back and they have a rule package where you actually can race them, not just cackle them and start them up, you know, just to go out there and race them. And to have a car with a kind of a new rule package is really a fun. One of the owners, one of the original owners from way back in the McDonald's days, he was just a fan. He lives in the Chicago area. He would come out to the racetrack and he would just come and, you know, just introduce himself, and I was a fan of his just because I said, man, I loved your cars. And, you know, they had dragsters and funny cars and California Charger cars. What was unique about those cars, they were absolutely 100% immaculate. They were the most beautiful cars. They were show cars before there was even show cars. Just really crazy detail. I mean, we're talking the pedals were chromed, the wing struts were chromed, just all the detail. And so I asked permission if I could do the car for starters. I didn't want to have do it without their blessing. John Keelan has since passed several years back, so he gave me his blessing, said go for it, man. And really that's all I needed. I didn't ask him for any details other than I had a lot of pictures, and I just went and had my buddy up there in Montrose, Michigan, Scott Bowen, build it from scratch. I bought a Pluger car, which I wanted a Steve Pluger chassis, and I bought a Trans Am body and modified it. And about a year and a half later, we had the most beautiful car, I think, in the country now, in the California Charger. There was a little pressure because I wanted people to see the car that remembered the car, the original car, and really be able to feel like, hey man, this thing's done right, and John and the families, John Keelan and Jerry Clayton, they would be proud of. And I really went the extra mile to make sure it was just done right, and because I think that's what you owe the previous owners. If you're going to do a replica car, you really need to make it as close to the original as possible, and I think we did that. I'm very, very pleased with how it came out, and it's just a beautiful car. I cut the cage lower so that it has that low profile look to it. One of the details that's really important to me, it has to have that nostalgia look. It's not as comfortable to drive. You know, I'm looking at the back of the injector, but I traded cool look for comfort.